Good afternoon, family and friends. Welcome to Strong Mansion, and welcome to the wedding of John and Kara. The bride and groom have invited us here today to share in the celebration of their marriage. We come together not to mark the start of a relationship, but to recognize a bond that already exists. On behalf of John and Kara, thank you for joining us. They are delighted that you have come to share in their joy. By your presence, you celebrate the love they have discovered in each other, and you support their decision to commit themselves to a lifelong relationship. John and Kara, you fell in love by chance, but you're here today because you're making a choice. You are both choosing each other. You've chosen to be with someone who enhances you, makes you think, makes you smile, and makes every day brighter, and we are excited to share this special day with you. My name is Caitlin Verda, and I have the honor and privilege of officiating this wedding today, as well as being one of Kara and John's bridesmaids. I went to school with John and Kara at the University of Maryland and became very close to both of them during our time there. But that's a few years down the line from the start of their love story. John and Kara met sometime in the middle of high school. The exact year is up for debate, and they began to get to know each other better during senior year. Then, on that fateful Wacky Wednesday Spirit Day in fall 2008, John asked Kara to the homecoming dance, and Kara said yes. They went to the dance together along with close friends and had a great time, despite being awkward teenagers. That year was filled with lots of fun for the new couple, going to football games, building their first of many gingerbread houses, hanging out with their friends, and going to pool parties. Senior year ended with John and Kara going to prom together, slightly less awkward this time, and the high school graduation ceremony in June 2009. Then came the toughest challenge in their relationship thus far: going to different colleges. And not just different colleges that were across the country from each other. In fall 2009, Kara headed to Colorado State University and John to the University of Maryland. They kept in touch through texts, late night phone calls, Skype sessions, and snail mail, which included a journal they mailed back and forth. They were also able to visit each other at school a few times during the year. It was on one of Kara's trips to UMD to visit John that I first got to meet her and finally put a face to the name that John talked about so much. Then after her sophomore year, Kara made the tough decision to leave CSU and transfer to UMD to pursue a specialized degree. Reunited once again as Terps, John and Kara shared a lot of great times at UMD during those last 2 years of college. From playing with rats on UMD's McKeldin Mall, to making cookies in John's apartment, to late night study sessions, to catching insects around the local lake, John and Kara got to build many happy college memories together. The year 2013 was filled with excitement: college graduation, first jobs, moving into an apartment in Arlington, Virginia together, expanding the pet family, and of course, November 2nd. This is the day that John proposed to Kara in the Shenandoah Mountains amid the beautiful fall foliage. And as you all can see, Kara said yes. Fast forward through 2 years, career advancements, buying a house, and of course, more pets, and here we are today, October 25th, 2015, John and Kara's long-awaited wedding day. A time to pause, look back, and smile at all the moments that brought them here. And a time to look ahead to all the moments that are still to come. John and Kara, I'm here, we're all here, because we want those moments for you. We're here to hope with you, to support you, to be proud of you, and to remind you that love isn't happily ever after. Love is the experience of writing your story, and we all can't wait to see where the next chapter will take you. Now, I would like to invite Nikita Manny, a good friend of John and Kara, to come up and share a blessing for the bride and groom.
A Blessing for Marriage by James Wilson. May your marriage bring you all the exquisite excitements a marriage should bring, and may life also grant you patience, tolerance, and understanding. May you always need one another, not so much to fill your emptiness as to help you know your fullness. A mountain needs a valley to complete. May you need one another, but not out of weakness. May you want one another, but not out of lack. May you entice one another, but not to compel one another. May you embrace one another, but not encircle one another. May you succeed in all important ways with one another and not fail in the little things. May you look forward to the things to praise, often say I love you, and take no notice of small faults. May you have quarrels that push you hard, and may you both have the good sense enough to take the first step back. May you enter into the mystery that is awareness of one another's presence, no more physical than spiritual, warm and near when you are side by side, and warm and near when you are in separate rooms or even in different rooms. May you have happiness, and may you find it making one another happy. May you have love, and may you have it loving one another. Thank you, Nikita.
Today is a union not just of John and Kara, but also of their families. John and Kara both feel privileged to have been raised in an environment of love, where their parents' strong marriages provided a foundation upon which they built their relationship. They look to them to continue to be role models of how to respect, communicate with, and unconditionally support one another. At this time, we ask the parents of the bride and groom to stand to bless this marriage. Do you parents who have lovingly raised and nurtured these two individuals offer your blessing for their marriage, promising to support them, understand them, and encourage them in their solemn endeavor in the years ahead? Thank you. You may be seated. I've known John and Kara since the beginning of college, when their relationship was still in its early stages. Many years of sharing challenges, plans, hopes, and dreams have led them to this moment of commitment. I humbly offer the words of author Robert Fulghum in Union, who I believe has captured in words the essence of that commitment. I hope you will keep his words in your heart and refer to them again. You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you have been making promises and agreements in an informal way. All those conversations that were held riding in a car or over a meal or during long walks, all those sentences that began with "when we're married" and continued with "I will" and "you will" and "we will." Those late night talks that included "someday" and "somehow" and "maybe," and all those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, "You know all those things we've promised and hoped and dreamed. Well, I meant it all, every word." Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another: acquaintance, friend, companion, and even teacher, for you have learned much from one another in these last few years. Now you shall say a few words that take you across a threshold of life, and things will never be quite the same between you. For after these vows, you shall say to the world, "This is my husband, This is my wife. John and Kara have chosen to write their own vows. Kara.
Okay, I wanted to go first so I wouldn't cry, but that's not going to happen. John, it's honestly hard for me to remember the person I was before we met. We were just teenagers then, and you've shaped my life in amazing ways, captivating, challenging, and improving me every day. You've been a constant source of unwavering support for me and all the crazy ideas I've had. When I wanted to move 1,600 miles away for college, or volunteer unpaid for an indefinite amount of time to pursue my career, or buy a house I fell in love with on the internet, my dreams became your dreams, and your compassion and encouragement made it all possible. In return for the beautiful life you've given me, I vow to always admire and respect you, and to help you take on all of life's challenges and hurdles. I vow to keep the pets at a reasonable number, and tone down the crankiness when you're trying to wake me up from a nap. I vow to remember that love is not just a feeling, but an action, and to strive every day to honor and strengthen our relationship. Above all else, I vow to love you unconditionally and without hesitation. We've already been through so much together, but I can't wait to take these next steps with you and spend the rest of my life by your side.
She didn't tell you she made me go second so that I would be the one who'd definitely cry. When we first met in high school, I instantly had a problem. I knew I liked you, but I was intolerably shy. Eventually, I worked up the courage to ask you to homecoming on a wacky Wednesday, and soon we discovered that we were both ready to commit to a relationship that would deepen despite distance and strengthen as we shared more of ourselves and our hopes and dreams. 7 years later, and here we still are. We've shared so much over the years, and you already know and rely on everything I'm about to say. I promise to be your cheerful traveling partner from the mountains of Shenandoah to the rainforests of Peru. I cherish those experiences not only for themselves, but because I was able to share them with you. I promise to share in your love and enthusiasm for animals of all kinds, at work, in the wild, and especially at home. You've helped to make me a more compassionate and empathetic person through your example. I will always be there to share your fears and your frustrations, your hopes and convictions, or just how work that was that day. I want to help solve your problems, help you achieve your dreams, and experience everything with you. I will always strive to make you happy, to cheer you up when you're sad or frustrated, to make you smile even when you might not want to. Stop crying. And most of all, I promise to love you always. Together we can accomplish so much. Two halves out of a much bigger whole. I'll never forget that.
Now he's got me going. May we have the rings, please? Please hold hands. Okay. Love freely given has no giver and no receiver. You are each the giver and each the receiver. The wedding ring is a symbol, in visible form, of the unbroken circle of your love, so that wherever you go, you may always return to your shared life together. Okay. Do you, John, take Kara to be your wedded wife, to cherish in love and in friendship, in strength and in weakness, in success and in disappointment, to love her faithfully today, tomorrow, and for as long as the two of you shall live?
I do.
Do you, Kara, take John to be your wedded husband, to cherish in love and in friendship, in strength and in weakness, in success and in disappointment, to love him faithfully today, tomorrow, and for as long as the two of you shall live?
I do.
Kara and John, in the presence of your family and friends who have joined you to share this moment of joy, you have declared your love and affection for each other. You have stated your wish to go forward together, always open to a deeper, richer friendship and partnership. You have formed your own union based on respect and honor. Therefore, it is my joyful responsibility to officially acknowledge your union as husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to present to you for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. John and Kara Ingram.
If you were a river in the mountains tall, the rumble of your water would be my call. If you were the winter, I know I'd be the snow, just as long as you're with me when the cold winds blow. All I want is you, will you be my bride? Take me by the hand and stand by my side. All I want is you, will you stay with me? Hold me in your arms and sway me like a sea. If you were a wink, I'd be a nod. If you were a seed, well, I'd be a pod. If you were a floor, I'd wanna be the rug. And if you were a kiss, I know I'd be a hug. All I want is you, will you be my bride? Take me by the hand and stand by my side. All I want is you, will you stay with me? Hold me in your arms and sway me like the sea. If you were the wood, I'd be the fire. If you were the love, I'd be the desire. If you were a castle, I'd be your moat. And if you'd be my bride. Take me by the hand and stand by my side. All I want is you, will you stay with me? Hold